What's up, residents? Jacob here. Director of Godzilla, King of the Monsters, Michael Dougherty, has really been showing to the world how much he cares for the Godzilla franchise. Recently, we talked about his reasoning behind the new designs for the iconic monsters that will star in the movie, and you can check that out if you want. It seems like Mike has a good sense in communicating with the press, and he seems to just know what to say to really get fans excited. In one of his recent interviews, he gave news of something that will surely have fans of the original 1954 Godzilla very pleased. The Oxygen Destroyer is set to make a return. Before we get to that though, Al and I really want to thank you all for helping us reach 100,000 subscribers. Even the Godzillas are excited. Our little DangerVille is quickly becoming one of the best places to be, and we can't thank you enough. Now back to the video. Harry Knowles, a journalist for Ain't It Cool News, asked the director if the iconic weapon would make a small cameo or even be an actual plot point in the film, in which Dougherty replied with a cryptic yes. While he did not confirm if it was indeed just an Easter egg or if it was more important, he then went on to tweet this image right here. This is the Oxygen Destroyer, the only human-made weapon to ever kill Godzilla. The great thing about the image from this tweet, though, is that the weapon is nearly identical to the original made for the 1954 film. The actual real-life prop used for Gojira of the Oxygen Destroyer is still around today, and is the oldest Godzilla prop in existence. With the caption only reading, Day 41, we can assume that on the 41st day of the shooting for the film, that the Oxygen Destroyer was the star. So this may just be giving us the proof we need to confirm the Oxygen Destroyer to be an actual plot point. It just wouldn't make much sense to make a prop and then tweet about it otherwise. If you aren't familiar with the legendary Godzilla killing weapon, then sit back and grab a pint or a juice box or something and let's get to it. The Oxygen Destroyer was the invention of Dr. Daisuke Serizawa, who devoted his studies to the element oxygen. Eventually, he accidentally stumbled upon a deadly chemical reaction, a reaction that could even kill Godzilla. The weapon in design is very simplistic, or at least on the surface, resembling a pill capsule more than anything. It's a heavy device made from a metal capsule with a glass central chamber. In this chamber is a second capsule attached by rods at either end. Contained within the capsule is micro-oxygen, the weapon's deadly chemical payload. Numerous gauges and pressure meters can be found all over the weapon to make sure all the, let's say, ingredients are performing well. To unleash the destructive potential of this weapon, the two ends of the larger capsule have to be pushed inwards. This causes the rods securing the inner capsule to pull apart, releasing the micro-oxygen within. Once released, the micro-oxygen reacts violently with the water, isolating oxygen molecules and splitting them. The molecules are then liquefied, meaning that any organism exposed to the chemical will first suffocate from the lack of oxygen and then disintegrate. When used to its full potential, the Oxygen Destroyer will leave no remains. Take a look at how the weapon worked against the original Godzilla. Godzilla roars in horrendous pain until he ultimately dies. In a matter of mere moments, Godzilla is nothing but a giant skeleton resting on the ocean floor. The pure power of the Oxygen Destroyer shown in all its glory. The first Godzilla wasn't the only time this weapon made its way into the Godzillaverse though, as it made multiple Easter egg appearances, and was used more fully in Godzilla vs. Biollante and Godzilla vs. Destroyer! But none were as iconic and memorable as the original. And that's just another reason to be stoked for King of the Monsters, as we now know that Dougherty is truly paying homage to the very first Godzilla and all the films that followed. We haven't seen the film yet, so we can't be hasty, but it seems like Mike is the best person for the job. This guy just keeps growing on me, resident, so I hope the film wows the shit out of me. Alistair mentioned a potential theory in which the Oxygen Destroyer may be used in King of the Monsters. So if you fancy hearing that, link will be at the end of the video and in the description. Let's just say it involves Godzilla, terrorists, and an evil rich old white guy with a British accent. So there you have it, residents. The weapon that could very well be used against Godzilla and the other monsters. Clearly we know that the weapon won't kill Godzilla and King of the Monsters, as he's still alive in Godzilla vs. Kong. Although there was a hint revealed in the synopsis for Godzilla vs. Kong. A hint that just may be talking about the oxygen destroyer. It mentions a force that could supposedly wipe out all the monsters, both good and bad, and is going to be a major plot point in the film. For now though, all we can do is wait. If you like this video and want to see more like it, make sure to subscribe and become a resident today. I really want to thank all of those who have helped DangerVille. Our bro Clayton, Altiori, Ghosty, all the other Godzilla, Jurassic Park, or dinosaur YouTubers that we've had the pleasure of talking with. Stan Winston's son, Matt Winston, who I had the absolute honor of talking with. You guys all helped us get to this point. So thanks for being our friends. Cheers, mates. As always, this has been Jacob, and peace out.